Whoa. Does this have a cooldown? Or does it require a power charge or something? Triggers the frost on a... fuck. Isn't this tiny? It's cold snap.
Cold Snap explodes the ice on frozen enemies, dealing a lot of damage in a small area.
Small
You
area.
can also cast it on a frost bolt to explode the bolt and deal damage in a larger area.
Oh.
Cold...
Tiny. Incinerate. Yeah, I mean, you'd think this one would be good, right? Represent more damage per stage, fire exposure. How much damage? 8 maximum stages. See it in game.
Hold down the button for Incinerate to launch a jet of flame and ignite your enemies. Holding for long enough causes the flame to lower enemies' fire resistance and leave burning ground.
What is burning ground though? Less ignite duration? That's gonna cringe. What let me read ignite. There's a 1% chance to ignite for every 4% of the target's ailment threshold. It's 20% of the fire damage dealt by the hit. So that's more than bleed. Bleed is only 15%. Doesn't tell me the duration though. How long does ignite last? Ignites as though dealing different damage. I missed that part when I was reading it. There it is. So wait, all it does is ignites. And this is a problem for mana, right? Seems like a really big mana cast, and you have to hold it down. How quickly does it gain stages? The quality is good too. Oh, it probably gains stages every 0.25 seconds, right? It just seems too slow. How do you... Think about it this way, right? Like, every time we cast, we reset our... What is it called? Infernal Flame? Or Infernal Flame timer. And so, like, if our spell costs 10% of our mana, we need to wait 3 seconds to cast again. It's like, we gotta be clearing like most of the screen single press. I don't think Incinerate can ever do that. Like a boss, maybe. Like, you get a little bit more leeway with bosses, right? You can put it up and kind of chill, but we need to be like clearing shit. The damage is really low. But it ignites as though dealing more damage. Stationary, I guess? I think so. What does Flammability actually do? Minus... fire res. Is Vaughn just minus fizz damage taken? Ignore armor, haha, good meme. Oh, ye old fireball. I guess the unknown here is like, what's the minimum damage needed to like kill shit? Because if you could cast like one fireball and it like kills most of the shit on the screen, and you can like chill to let your infernal shit reset, that would be fine. Somebody told me lightning warp was good. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards like fireball something. Like fireball, the fireball sounds like the way to make this work. Tier 9? See it in game. Did it just mean level 9? Okay. It fires 8 proj, 10% chance to fire additional proj. AoE is not horrible.
Fireball explodes on impact, launching a nova of smaller firebolts. Fireball explodes on impact.
So, that seems alright, but it definitely doesn't have the coverage I need right now. This deals no damage. What the fuck? Why does this deal so little damage? Is it just hitting them like 100 times? Like, I think Flame Blast is like the boss killer thing, right? You put one of these down and it kills. It's the hammer of the gods. Let me see how big it is in game. 101 plus 68. Okay, the numbers on this seem kind of bad. 100% more damage per stage, 10 stages. So like times 21. Yeah, okay, that's definitely the biggest single hit anything has.
Hold down the button for Flame Blast to prime a large fiery.
It's around your
The
character?
longer you hold it, the more powerful the detonation.
Wait,
If you
move.
have placed a solar orb, you can cast the spell from the orb's location instead. Hold
Look,
down
they're
the button
moving
for
while
Flame
channeling.
Blast to prime a large fiery explosion. The longer you hold it, the more powerful the detonation. If you have placed a solar orb, you can cast the spell from
Doesn't
the
this look
orb's
kinda
location
good?
instead. Hold down the button for Flame Blast.
Like, am I crazy? That did not seem bad. Where are the rest of the spells? Like, there are a whole bunch missing. I didn't see Comet. Oh, there's Comet. How hard does Comet hit? Whoa, Comet hits hard. Okay, well, Comet hits almost as hard as Flame Blast without being cringe, kinda. And it can crit. Yeah, with that cast time, huh? Sheesh. This is why people trigger it, right? Because I assume, like, self-cast Comet is fucking just dog shit. But look at that crit rate. Wowee. Who's Mana Tempest? No, I was hoping it would be like normal lightning warp. That would be the ideal. If like some type of ability that moves you and also deals damage, and like you can create an ignite where you warp to. This has nothing to do with what I'm looking at. Ball lightning does like 0 damage. It's night skill. Like the comet is something to think about, I guess. How bad is the comet? I've only seen it stop.
Comet calls down a massive icy chunk from
It's
the
pretty
sky.
big.
Target close to your character to dodge backwards as you cast. Comet calls down a massive icy chunk from the sky. Target close to your character to dodge backwards as you cast. Comet calls down a massive
Doesn't look
icy
that
chunk
bad.
from the
It's got like crazy crit chance. I don't know how realistic scaling crit chance is though. Just conduit do. Wow, nothing, huh? Oh, it's got the shock shit, huh? Yeah, I don't think that would work. These. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking from the perspective that like of stuff that would work with Infernal Flame, but the more I think about Infernal Flame, the more I don't know how to make this work. Like it seems like everything that could be good with Ignite in Demon form, if you're assuming you're using Infernal Flame, like this limiting you to like basically one cast every 3 seconds is insane. Well, the problem, it doesn't really, right? You can take the maximum life. I don't know. The problem is this, right? Like, this is the node to care about. Is that if you're going in Ignite scaling, this opens the door on like any damage type. So this would let you do Ignite Comet, it would let you do Ignite anything, like Ignite Lightning Conduit, anything that does like a big hit where you can leverage the Ignite. But the problem is, most of those skills are non-starters with Infernal Flame, because it makes managing them too hard. I think their mana cost would be like too crazy. I think Flame Blast would work, I think maybe Comet would work, I think maybe something like Fireball would work if the clear is good enough that like one hit kinda is enough. What is Elemental Storm? It's the Sorcerer's thing, right? Is this any good? Does anybody use this? I don't like the Ascendancy skills that are like, they give you an ability and it's like, it's really hard to tell if it's like, if it's good or not. These damage numbers seem really bad. This meditate shit seems fucking crazy. You just, as a monk, you just get double yes. You get like 40k yes. Oh. Is Reap real? Pretty small hit, huh? I think part of me is getting too wrapped up in wanting to only press one button. I think the things I've seen that seem like the most promising, smaller, it needs to have a big area. Maybe, like, I think Spark could even be good, but I think Spark kind of requires its own scaling a little bit. But if one spark, like something with huge coverage that can just ignite something and like you move on anytime you run into a rare, then you flame blast, that would be huge. Frost Bomb was just worse than some of the later options. Okay, so I think Spark's okay. I think this one's like pretty bad, right? It's like really slow. Oh, I think Arc is good. Yeah, Arc would be kind of good. Incinerate may. I think it'd be tough on the mana. Be tapping it too much. Arc, Fireball. Look at Firestorm. Spurt skills cannot ignite. What does this do? What does improved mean? Oh, improved bolt deals a lot more damage. Why does this say supported skills? Is this in game?
Cast Firestorm to rain flaming bolts upon your enemies. If there are ignited enemies around you when you cast Firestorm, you will consume their ignites to cast more powerful bolts. You can have only one Firestorm active at a time. Cast Firestorm to rain flaming bolts upon your enemies. If there are ignited...
Man, I wish that ignite shit didn't exist. If this skill could ignite and didn't have like that ignite skill, this would be the skill, right? For clearing on this perspective build. But I mean, ignite builds aren't ignite builds. They're builds that have ignite. You still have to scale hit damage. So I mean, if the Firestorm was enough to kill stuff, I still wouldn't want it consuming my big ignites though, would I? Okay, well, let's think. Well, the thing here is I was thinking there'd be some way to like leverage non-fire damage to like apply ignite with some other spell, but it doesn't really seem like any of the non-fire spells are worth. I think Comet and Arc are the only ones worth caring about, and I don't think any of them are that good. I don't think they're better than Fireball. I think they might be competitive with Fireball, but I don't think they're better than Fireball. And if we're not doing that, then all we really care about is this, which is 20% more damage, which, I mean, that's good, but that's not like, oh my god, holy shit, good, you know? I'm not writing home over that. So, like, I don't know that we really care about those. So if I'm looking at the other nodes, this one, it says become ignited, but like, is there a way to dodge your own ignite? If you get like enough ailment threshold, are you not ignited? I don't know how ailment threshold actually works. Maybe... So I think this one is like not worth anything. I don't know that this one's worth anything. At that point, I'm taking 4 ascendancy points to have to manage an annoying resource just to gain damage. Like, to gain 20% damage? I don't know. The perk here is that running out of mana doesn't matter, right? That's why you take this. I think I'm spending too much time thinking about managing it. And this is just like, you just take this node so that like when you're on a boss, you can do like 20% more damage to the boss, right? And like you cap out the Infernal Flame, big fucking deal. I don't know that this one matters unless you got like unless there's a way to stack like a ton of flat damage to spells from some other source. It doesn't seem like it would really matter for spell choice. This one, I don't know how hard to keep the Hound alive is. But if it's just 20% less damage taken, then cool. I don't know if it costs spirit though. Like, don't minions normally cost spirit? Let's look at Ignite. Is there a way to like mitigate Ignite so we can be like crit dudes? Like taking reduced effective Ignite on you? That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. Okay. It's 55% reduced. It's still so much. It's still taking 6.75. Assuming you're capped, you're down to taking 1.7% per second. I mean, that's not unmanageable, right? Well, you'd need the charm to proc like every time you crit, right? Is there a way to reduce the duration? Okay. Reduced ignite duration on you. There's probably some unique that fucking solves this. Refresh ignite duration on critical hit. I think this is workable. You just have to find the missing pieces. I'm missing something about this one. Like, I think that armor shit is cringe and bad. I don't understand the point of taking mana here. Where's Mind Over Matter? All damage is taken from mana before life. Isn't this the answer? It doesn't say hit damage. Does that mean dots also go through your mana pool first? Yeah. Okay, we're missing another important thing here, though. That's the support gems. Because this is where other stuff can become important. Oh, loading? Worded attacks. That is. Are these all going to be melee gems? 100% more. Okay, I don't understand the ignite chance shit. Like, how do you know? How do I know a hit is going to ignite? I don't like that it's like ailment threshold bits. Like, I don't mind it for shock. I don't mind it for non-damaging ailments. But for damaging ailments, the more chance to ignite is like stupid. I don't understand. Wait, is ignite like stun but for fire? Like, do you have to build up the bar to ignite them? Yeah, that would be really bad, but fire doesn't have like a bar fill type thing to my knowledge. Yeah, I want to play just because I feel like so much can be learned. I've not seen anybody play like Infernalist Caster. Maybe because it's horrible, but I'd be willing to put to do the lifting there. But like, on paper, crit ignite Infernalist seems like kind of massive. On paper. 100% increased. I mean, this should just be good. This would make it easier to maintain Infernal Flame, too. The problem is, I just don't know that anything really competes with Hammer of the Gods Bleed. Hammer of the Gods is like 1300 weapon damage, and weapons deal like 250, 300 base damage. Like, that's way more than a 1700 damage